We're back. Got the sump all cleaned out here as best as I could, and yeah, I got the miracle or mineral mud, whatever you want to call it, in here. A little bit of chino, some macroalgae and stuff in here. And here's the display. Got all the rocks back in there and the corals. Got the fish back in. Ran into a bit of problems here. I wasn't really even thinking about it, but when I dried out all the rock and everything, and I put it back in the tank, I guess there was a lot of dead organisms, whatnot, still in the rock, I guess, that I couldn't see, and it pretty much drove my ammonia levels through the roof. My ammonia actually went up to 2 ppm, and at that point I had already added the colony in, so basically I had to leave it sit for like 4 days like that. Unfortunately for the poor fish and the corals, they had to go through that high ammonia spike for like 4 days, but then after the 4 days were up, I done a water change, done like a 50% water change, hooked the skimmer back up. That same day it was down to about went down to about maybe 1 ppm and 0.5. By the next day it was down to 0.25, and I tested it again today, and we're at 0 now, so this is good. Picked up another bottle of colony and some prime just in case it didn't lower or anything, but yeah, it worked out. So the colony stuff does work. I mean, I've used it many times. It usually works right away. It's just that I had such a high ammonia level in here this time, it just took a bit longer. So yeah, as you can see, I did the corals. Some of the corals did suffer some damage. As you can see right here, I got this patch that's missing from this plate here, and I'm thinking the only thing that makes sense is that it was the ammonia that done it, because prior to the ammonia spike, everything was fine. All the other corals seem to be fine. They seem to be okay. Didn't affect them. It seems like it was just this plate here, and as you can see, this plate here was only about the size of this one when I first got it, and it grew all this size so big and nice, and now it's like I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's kind of like, looks like sand on it, but it's not sand. It's kind of like whited out, almost like bleached out a bit, again from the ammonia. Yeah, everything else is okay. So yeah, thank goodness for that. All the fish are fine. They didn't seem to experience any ill effects. They didn't seem uncomfortable or anything. Their appetites were fine. Unfortunately, I couldn't really feed them like I normally do, so it was very, very, very light feeding that I gave them like every other day. But now everything's back to normal again, so hopefully, yeah, this works out. I mean, no Bristol worms that I can see, no aptasias in here that I can see. So yeah, I guess I'll be doing an update in about another, let's say about a month, to see how things work out. So yeah, anyway, that's it for now.